So I still have a chance, though. Funny, in the arena when I poured out those berries, I was only thinking out about smarting the game makers, not how my actions reflect on the Capitol. But the Hunger Games are their weapon, and you're not supposed to be able to defeat it. So now the Capitol will act as if they've been in control the whole time, as if they've orchestrated the whole event, right down to the double suicide. But that will only work if I play along with them. And Peeta? Peeta will suffer too, if this goes wrong. But what was it Haymitch said when I asked if he had told Peeta the situation? That he had pretended to be desperately in love? Already thinking ahead of me in the games again, and well aware of the danger we're in? Or already desperately in love? I don't know. I haven't begun to separate out my feelings. It's too complicated. What I did is part of the games, as opposed to what I do out of anger at the Capitol, or because how it would be viewed back in District 12, or simply because it was the only decent thing to do, or what did I did because I cared about him. These are the questions to be unraveled back home, in the peace and quiet of the woods, when no one was watching, not here with every eye upon me. But I won't have that luxury for who knows how long, and right now, the most dangerous part of the Hunger Games is about to begin. The book The Hunger Games by Susan Collins is what we're going to read for now. As you hear, there's double suicide, love, hunger, of course. Susan Collins started out as a young children's writer, but progressively moved to young adult with her trilogy called The Hunger Games. It's set in the future. The United States doesn't exist anymore, and all there is the Capitol and the 13 colonies. Well, 12, one got destroyed in what's called the Dark Time. And because of the Dark Time, when the colonies revolted against the Capitol, now you have the Hunger Games. Every year, two tributes, one boy and one girl, are chosen from each of the colonies of each of the districts and are pitted against each other so only one can live. They're thrown in by the game makers into basically like a superdome, and that controls the weather, the food, the everything about it. It starts off with Katniss, who is illegally hunting in the forest around her home, and on the day of the reaping for her district, her little sister's name is called out, and she takes her sister's place. Peeta is the boy for her district. She's from District 12, but no one decides to take his place. When they get to the Capitol, they have to not only train for the games, but they have to learn to survive among the trainees that are watching them. They're thrown into the games, and within the first within the first day, I think it was 4 of them were killed. Haymitch, who was mentioned in the passage, is a previous winner from District 12 who's a drunkard, and no one thinks he knows what he's talking about, and Katniss starts to find the Capitol, even though Haymitch doesn't want her to. She teams up with a girl who reminds her of her sister from another district, and when she dies, instead of just letting the Capitol take the body, she sings a song to her and covers her with flowers. At the end, it's only her and Peeta, and they don't want to die. One of them doesn't want to kill the other, so they are going to commit suicide. But this isn't the first time something's happened. This is set in the future. But what I like about it is that it reminds me of the past, because this is what used to happen with the gladiators in Rome, is that all these people would be thrown into this pit, into this dome, into the Colosseum, and only one would survive. This wonderful book also reminds me, and several others, a lot of not only gladiators, but the Super Bowl. You don't kill yourself in the Super Bowl, though it might appear to some people that they do. You could. You really possibly could. But it comes down to one team's going to win over all the others, and the other ones are going to go home. Whereas here, you're going to be lucky to wait. You're not going to. You're going to either win or die in the Hunger Games.